Hey guys, Corey again. I am taking a look today at some of my notes from Imagine AI, and this is from day two. I am walking through this stuff because I can't yet get access to the recordings from the presentations that were there, but I just keep some of the stuff just keeps replaying in my mind, and it is very, very clear that the urgency of implementing AI in your business is super, super high, a lot more than people realize. Eric Vaughn presented, and this is just some notes I had on him. On his presentation. I didn't have all of it, but he said AI isn't urgent if failure is okay. And I've mentioned this before, but I was looking through some of these others and the other presentations. Nino Tasca is a former Google director, and he led like the Google Assistant, and he also started the Google Ads platform. And he was kind of differentiating between those two, but that's not the point of this. And he had three words that he was using to identify where you should focus your effort. And one of them was reinforce. One of the words reinforce, leapfrog, and supercharge. And then each one of those he assigned a percentage. You know, what percent you should be spending efforts, time, resources, money on it. One of them was just, reinforcing was, I believe that was kind of the gist of it. And then leapfrog was 20% and supercharge was 10. So that's 100% of your effort with respect to creating a strategy for his was AI strategy for business. And he's a Google guy. So anyhow, he kind of goes on and goes through the different aspects that you need of what you need to what's essential. Of course, you need some talent, some people to implement it, so the data and whatever that might be with respect to what you need the AI to do, and then compute. Of course, the AI runs on NVIDIA or on GPUs, and then users. You need business problems to solve. So I'll get more detail on this one later because I think what we could do is walk through how do we craft an AI strategy for a business, but we'll need to merge that with some of the the business tools and models that they teach in the MBA program, so forth. So I'll jump over here, and this guy Nino was like, "Hey, you've got to spend a bunch of effort on AI implementing it." This guy Parak was from Microsoft, and he kind of went through some of the adaptation rates of different things in historically people adapting or adopting technology. So this particular case right here, he says, okay, Google, or not Google, but ChatGPT got to 100 million users in less than 2 months. And he had a bunch of other examples. I didn't write them all down, but it's amazing how quickly this has been being adopted and how quickly it's coming up to speed. So one of the things I wanted to do was look at a couple of his slides, and the first one is these. I took these pictures right in the event. Well, I don't know why it's got both of them up here at the same time. That's interesting. Okay. Anyhow, we're going to let's see if I can adjust this thing. Why would it put it on the same page? Let's try to maximize that one. And, okay. So this makes it big enough that you can kind of see it. And I'll zoom in a little bit. This is him. And he said that what are the effects of AI on the knowledge workers' productivity? And he said that you've got consultants using AI finished 12.2% more tasks on average. They completed 25.1% tasks more quickly, and they produced a 40% higher quality result than those without. So here's the graph. These guys did not use AI, and then these guys did use AI. And one of the things that he's showing here, this orange, as I recall, was it was an improvement. This was kind of the improvement, I believe, the quality, the improvement that occurred there. So it he also spoke to engineers in this particular case, what they were looking at. It took less talented engineers, and by using AI, made a smaller difference between them and the most talented engineers. So the thing that I look at here, I'm working with Air.ai and distributing conversational voice AI, and it's coming. It's going to be widespread. It's going to be utilized in a lot of industries. And I talk to people, and they are like, well, yeah, I'll kind of poke around here, and I'll poke around there, and I'll poke around over here, and try to, I kind of, it's a little bit better. Oh, it's got some lag. It's got, various things that they talk about, and the point isn't necessarily is it perfect. It is how well is it doing the job that you would normally have a human doing, and what can you do with that human in those hours. So you would have to really push pretty hard to convince me that consultants using AI that finish 12.2% more tasks on average, that is a significant increase in output, right? They got of completion. They completed 12.2% more tasks on average. On average, so some of them were probably even higher. And this is being new to using the tool. This is like early on. They also had they completed them 25.1% more quickly and a 40% higher quality result than those without. That means you bring them in and you are going to get a 40% higher quality result in 25% less time, and you're going to complete 12.2% more. This guy's from Microsoft. This is not just some low quality data on this point. This is Parag Garg from Microsoft. And so you can't convince me that a business that has their competition is doing this, getting 12.2% more tasks done, getting them done 25% faster with 40% higher quality results, and they are narrowing the gap between their most talented and less talented workers, is not going to be a serious competitor for you. This is, I mean, most slight edges are not even close to this these kind of numbers here. Meaning, and I'm not a Chicken Little kind of guy at all, but these are some significant numbers with some significant advantages that if you're over here and you're not using AI, your competition is going to be over here using AI, and the gap is going to be one that you may never recover from depending on the business. And I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying this is a big gap, and the benefits are pretty darn significant. So yeah, here's my picture showing back up here now. So the applicability, and LLM is a large language model for those that don't know, the applicability of this, which industries could it possibly impact? Let me see if I can zoom here. And it's showing across the bottom the gross domestic product, the GDP, U.S. GDP contribution, the contribution of these different things. Where is it that you could apply this benefit of LLMs, which is basically the underlying technology of AI? So percent of tasks with major potential impact, and I don't think they adjusted the size of the dots. They just adjusted, it's just percentages on the vertical, and on the horizontal is the GDP contribution. So we've got things like arts and entertainment over here on the left, utilities, mining, oil and gas, agriculture. That seems low for agriculture. Food and hospitality, transportation, construction, admin services. So you can see these things around here, and I'm sorry it's blurry. I literally took the picture during the event. But we do have it. We've got it. Information, I don't know if that's IT services or not. Finance and insurance, professional services, wholesale trade, retail, healthcare. don't know what that one is. Manuf, not sure what that is. And then real estate. And these things are, their contribution to the US GDP is here. So real estate's huge, absolutely huge on here. But there is hardly an area that I see that is not, potentially impacted significantly with a lot of tasks that AI could help them complete and help them. These businesses could all implement AI and benefit from it. Agriculture oddly seems a little low, but I don't know why that would be. Anyhow, this is another presentation from the from the Imagine AI event that occurred last week in Las Vegas. So I just wanted to show, some of the things that are coming out of that and some of the things that these big companies are looking at. These are not small. They're not small at all, and they are honestly they're quite urgent because, and so that's why I'm glad that I'm part of this. Distributing and implementing, selling conversational voice AI because it's going to help. It's going to help those who adopt it, and I think it's going to hurt those that don't adopt it just because their competition is going to be so far ahead. So kind of like what Eric Vaughn said here, and I'm kind of liking this, adopting this phrase here, AI isn't urgent if failure is okay, because it is really giving advantages. It's really bringing advantages to the workforce. It's bringing advantages to business.